Hey guys, we're back and we're so excited. It's Nashville tonight and we have 3 episodes to cover, so let's get to it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah! We back! Hey guys, welcome back to Nashville. We have missed you so much and we are fired up. I'm one of your hosts, JJ Jurgens. You can follow me at JJ Jurgens. And I'm sitting next to me is the birthday girl, Marisa.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Marisa Serafini. You can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV.
Y'all, so good to be back. I'm Whitney Lane. You can follow me at Southern_Wit. Don't worry, the beer was not open.
I haven't gotten to that yet. Hi, everybody. My name is Violet Kanian. You could follow me everywhere at Violet Kanian.
Before we dive into the 3 episodes that we have to cover, we want to say a big shout out to Sarah Johnson from City Roots and Boots. So she hooked us up with everybody kind of show off your little t-shirts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't get
So
to see all
cute.
over the microphones.
Yeah.
So we got t-shirts, we got koozies, which each have a different fun saying on it.
Cheers.
Country AF.
Tip it on back.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Country music is always a good idea.
Duh. And then we got some trucker hats saying "Make America Country Again."
Much better.
Yeah.
Way better.
yeah, exactly.
Who is that, Sarah? I gotta shout her out so I could get a koozie too.
Sarah
Right.
Johnson. Yeah.
City Roots and Boots.
City Roots and Boots. So
Boots.
on Instagram it's City Roots IN Boots, and then on Twitter it's City Roots in, just the letter N Boots. So she was here Tuesday for the Tom Girl Show. If any of you guys want to tune into that, it's on AfterBuzz TV as well, and that will tell you. She talks all about her merchandise, where you can get her stuff. You can get it online, obviously, but she also goes to festivals and shows.
And get them. Get it before the festivals.
Yeah.
Go. Wear it.
We
Rep
all
it.
love them. They're so soft and like
Comfortable.
lightweight too.
And
So
it's
when
like
you're
a cute fit, too.
Very
Yeah.
comfortable.
Super cute.
We love. Thank you. All right, guys.
Let's do
so
it.
much. Let's get to it. Okay, so we missed episodes 17, 18, and 19, Ghost in This House, the night before, and You Can't Lose Me. So what we're going to do is just kind of cover just some of the major topics that you guys were all talking about. And again, we apologize because I know some of you guys were tweeting us, when are we coming back? So
we are back.
we're back for good
July.
now.
Well
Yep. Summer vacations are
Yes.
behind
Super.
us now. So, all right, so let's first talk about this like sexy little Budweiser video. Of
Oh
what
Oh
are
my
we
god.
thinking?
I thought it was so good. I want to see it on TV, like as an actual commercial. They really
Right?
need to play it. I thought it was amazing.
They showed. It was like modern day, you know, Man in Black. I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
But I was like, is this super long commercial? But then once it like came together, I was like, why are there so many scenes happening?
Right?
It was so good though,
Yeah.
and I think it was super smart too. The whole idea of like kind of crossing boundaries potentially of people like kind of coming together and the guy sliding the beer. It was like,
Yeah.
it was perfect, and he was great as it.
He was.
Wasn't he?
I think so too.
He's just getting cuter and cuter.
really
that
is.
Will Lexington.
The carrying the old lady was just classic.
Yeah, super
But
cute.
yeah, and it also tells us that because you know he is the open gay man and like when he first came out, there was like a lot of backlash against that. But now we kind of know that all the demographics are pretty much on board with him. They
Single
all like him.
ladies,
Yeah.
married ladies,
They all like him.
single guys. He's got it all.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Yeah, me too.
I love it.
Agree. All right, moving on. And as I did that, we'll go to the auction. Yeah.
Oh, the auction.
Rough.
Oh,
Well,
man.
I mean, it's sad to actually witness having your wife's clothes being auctioned off right in front of you. I mean, I could not imagine what Deacon was feeling during that moment. No.
I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's take it back for a second too, because you see all the stuff that's leading up to this, and the girls all still struggling and grieving in their own way. Like everybody's still dealing with all of that, and I don't know. Deacon's just so good to be so open and like he's trying, and he's very like, you know, he's watching everything that the girls say. He takes that into account, which I think
Yeah.
is super awesome because, you know, he's still going through it too. But you could even see, like, he's asking their opinion on things and they're like, what? And then he's just kind of having to go with the flow of these girls with all the different emotions and all the opinions. And, like, he's handling as best as he can, you know? And then to have to go somewhere and talk about this woman that is the love of his life and to remember her. Like, I can't imagine that's easy for him because when has he had a chance to sit back and actually grieve?
Yeah.
He's
And-
grieving throughout it.
And it wasn't like, oh, a silent auction or something more like subtle. It was like,
Yeah.
I want it, I love it,
Right.
I want it, I want it. So it
Yeah.
was kind of like, insensitive towards him. I think he should have just donated it and left the event. I don't think he should have been there. But I do want to say I thought the scene with the girls, it was so cute.
Well,
And they're
I was
like,
gonna
oh,
say the
that
same
thing?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. You could give that. I thought that was adorable.
I completely agree because when he
Yeah.
first pulled it out, that was my thought. Like, oh, that's
Right.
right. That's wouldn't she wear that one? Yeah. And I agree. So I'm really enjoying the writing. I think the writers are doing a great job because they are tackling all this serious stuff like that, but they're giving us moments like that that are fun and light, and it gives Deacon like his face in that scene.
yeah,
So it's great too.
He's
It's
like, what the heck?
okay.
But it's also like obviously men can't pick out women's clothes
Right,
anyway, so they
right.
were okay with letting that go.
Right,
I mean, it's so fun. What did she call it? What did Daphne say about it? She's like, it's got daisies on it. It's so like, what did she say? It was like nerdy or
remember
something
that.
like.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly either.
It was so funny.
And I
They're
love that
cute.
Daphne's getting a little older, so her and Maddie's interactions, it's a cuter. I
Thank
really
goodness
enjoy
it's
that.
come around.
Yeah.
More civil.
How about their interaction? I know we didn't have this one up there, but when she was at the party and then they talked about it afterwards.
I love
Oh, yeah.
that. I thought that was really cute. I love that Daphne didn't do anything and she thought it was all weird. But I thought it was a nice sisterly moment when
What
she
a
asked
party,
about it.
though. Who has a party where
Right?
you just
I never had parties
turn on
like
the music and
that.
everybody start making out?
Make out party.
I don't think that's normal. I mean,
reminded
maybe
me-
it is these days, but I've never.
It reminded me of an
neither.
episode of Full House where there was an actual episode where it wasn't DJ.
I think it was DJ
Stephanie?
and Kimmy
Yeah,
went
it
to
was
that.
Stephanie who
Oh.
went to the party, and it was a make-out party with all the kids, and they were
Oh, yeah,
way
it
too
was
So
young
it must
to
happen,
do it.
but we
Yeah.
just all weren't
Yeah.
invited.
Yeah,
So
right. It happens, you guys.
But I mean, I get the
They
like
did that in
spin
the
the
90s,
bottle.
they still do it now.
When
Yeah.
you're in 7th and 8th grade of like, oh,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
but everyone's
more
like,
normal.
let's team up with our boyfriend and girlfriend and the parents are gone and we're going to separate now and get to making out.
Yeah, I mean, we snuck. I mean, I was in a country school, so we snuck down to the woods, and each person like
Right.
kind of took their time. But we never like, as a group, were in a room together, and then all
I'm sorry,
just like
isn't that
started
an
making
orgy?
out.
Like, isn't that like
It's a makeout
borderline
orgy.
orgy?
A
Come
makeout
on.
call it a
orgy.
makeout orgy.
She did a makeout
Yeah.
But I
orgy.
did love the fact that Daphne was uncomfortable with it, and she actually voiced
Well,
her
that-
opinions.
yes.
And it shows like how mature she really actually is for someone that age. And like I love the interaction with her sister afterwards. It was like, you know, when it's right, you know, the right time, you'll know when you're ready. And I thought that was a really good sisterly bonding moment.
I think that they've shown that a lot because you see how angry they can get at each other and how betrayed they feel. And then I think for Maddie, I mean, granted, these two girls have also had to grow up quickly because of what happened to them.
Right.
But like Maddie, like being so hurt by the gift stuff and all that, and then going in there and saying, Daphne, like, you know, she was like becoming the mom. Like, she was almost like, I have to put this aside and realize, like, we have to be there for each other. And then you see how it's developing in that way. And Deacon's just so happy that they're happy, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really fun to watch them because they both have, like, have so much more maturity now. They have a good
agree.
relationship. They need each other. So it's good to see how that's working.
Their scenes together are really fun to watch.
And
I
the,
enjoy it.
and the song when they sang together, they were recording
Yes.
stuff, all of
Oh
that
my
stuff.
God.
It's great.
I mean, granted, you guys have missed a few episodes, so I'm talking about all kinds of stuff. I
We're
could be
blending
going
it all
back.
together. Yeah. Yeah.
I do like them though. They're really, they're like they've become a very big part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure.
And Maddie's music especially, that's like she's killing it every
Her
time.
voice
It's
is
like-
so good. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, she's number 5 in the next generation. So we saw that
Naturally.
coming. We saw that coming.
Ain't nobody slowing her down. Not even Juliette Barnes.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that later when we get to tonight. Okay, yeah, let's go
Yeah.
back to some of the. So we wanted Avery to go on the road, so we
Yes,
finally get that.
Hooray! I literally was like talking to the TV by myself. I was like, there you go. No, you don't have to ask her. I loved it too. She's like, you're not
Yeah.
even going to discuss this? No, he already like wrote it off because he knew what you would be like. And now I'm like, praise. Honestly, good.
What did you think of her reaction?
I thought it was great because like the way he went about it, he's like, I've done this for you, you know, you let me have this. And I think he approached it really maturely and like really well thought out to the point where you can't really tell him no because he has done X, Y, and Z for you. So give him something. This is for him, you know. So he deserves it. He's earned it.
But what about her reaction
I
and
was
how she kind of walked off?
surprised. I mean, I think we all kind of talked about it, how she was going to react. But I was actually a little surprised that she was so bratty about it.
I was
and
not
so
surprised at all.
selfish. I thought, like, we got to a better place with Juliette, but...
We're not, though.
I think she
I know,
kind
we
of
keep hoping,
redeemed.
I think.
know we keep hoping, but I think she kind of redeemed herself when she went and she was
Did
like, you know
she?
what, you're gonna hate me if you don't. go.
At the
No, she
end,
gets
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But again, that's about her, you guys. This whole
Yeah,
thing.
you're right.
I know.
All
You're gonna hate
every decision she makes is her, and you see it even in tonight's episode, holding on and trying to manipulate and control everything because she's afraid that if she lets it go and kind of lives in peace, that she's going to lose something. And that's not the way it works. When you hold on to things like that, or you are competitive with someone else, like that is not good karma. It's not putting good things out in the universe for you to grow and succeed. And she did the same thing with him. She doesn't want him to resent her, but it's like she's just trying to do it until, I don't know. And you could see how scared she was, and I get that. She was obviously like living in fear of him going somewhere, and she's very concerned about him being unfaithful, which he's never shown to be.
Right.
Her more so.
Yeah.
She's lost still. Like, she always redeems herself in a way, but it's like not really, because you can't keep doing the same thing.
True.
It's like fool you once.
I agree, because
Fool
then
you
it
twice,
never
yeah.
ever seems genuine anymore. I still
Now I don't. Now
it's
read
like-
right over.
Really?
It's like that.
I kind of disagree. I feel like
I
the
think
genuine,
she has a conscience,
yeah,
but I don't know that
I
it's...
feel like the genuine side of her is the I'm sorry side, because it shows even with, I know we're gonna talk about it later, but even with Maddie, she wants to do the right thing, but there's like all these little demons inside of her and the little devil on her shoulder saying, no, Juliette, be selfish. And she's been selfish for so long that I think it's so hard for her to kind of go back and be like, I'm going to do the right thing in the beginning rather than do the wrong thing and then do the
but
right
when's
thing.
that
But
gonna
how many?
happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How many chances
She's-
do you get?
That's
where
what I
she's-
mean. It's done. And
I
here-
think she's trying, though.
And she's a
really
mother
do
now.
think
Like
she's
she,
trying.
I don't know. When
But
is
also,
it ever
what
gonna?
does it take? It's a
Right.
plane crash, and
That's
it's being a
true.
mom,
That's
and it's
true.
like
That's
having a
true.
loyal. Like, I'm sorry.
You guys
It's like
are
coming close to
right.
death. It's walking up those stairs and being enlightened. But you guys, it's old. Like, it's old. This can't continue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little bit over her, and I feel for her. I get it, but like at the same time, it's like, look at what Maddie's been through, and you just steal a song, and you expect her to just
Right.
forgive and move past it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Can't
It's
help
not
you there,
one-sided.
Juliette.
Yeah.
Can't help you there.
Right.
I agree,
don't know.
and Avery can only take so much.
She's
so
pushing
much
him
where,
away.
Yeah, where it's like, at that point he doesn't deserve that anymore for his happiness in his life. So
And it all came down to her being like, yeah, you'll resent me. It's like, but she doesn't want him to resent her, so that's why he's gonna go. If she could really have her
Yeah.
way, he'd be sitting,
But
during
he
the.
did
Again, it
come
was-
back.
it
He
was
did
about
come
her.
back and say like, "Oh, I want to be a dad. This is where I'm like I
Right.
am right now." She's like, "No, it's just a few weeks. Just go, just go."
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know,
2 weeks. Calm down,
yeah.
Avery. Just live your life a little
Right.
bit, because this is too
oh,
much
he was
of
living.
I know. I kind of loved it.
I do too.
I'm not worried in any way that he's going to do something.
No.
No.
I mean, maybe for a little bit he's like, gosh, I like this attention. Like, I
Right?
still
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
But, like, besides that, she's calling him in the middle of the after party. He's drunk as hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and he still didn't go home with that.
No, he had
stinky
someone
girl.
No,
gang
yeah, the
fixing the
old-
TV. I knew that was the case, too. And it's like she's so worried, and I just think that's the way you tear it apart, though.
Oh, yeah.
By being so, like, jealous and, like, I don't know, it's too much. It's controlling, and that's her issue. It's hard for her to let it go. I get it. Everybody has that to an extent. You're trying to hold on too tight to where it, like, is going to...
Right.
Push everybody out of
Yeah.
our life.
She responded in like a knee-jerk reaction, but then
Yeah.
she takes a step
Yeah.
back and then realizes and reassess the
Yeah.
situation.
That's what I think I'm frustrated with. She can never have just a conversation about anything. Like, she always gets fired up and either walks out, even like when
And
they
it's
didn't
like-
like her songs in the
Right.
boardroom or whatever, her way. It's like she just gets all fired up and walks off, and then
She doesn't hear anyone
no,
else. It's a lot, because it's like at some point you will be left alone. Your
Yeah.
biggest fear
Right.
will come true if you continue to do this. I don't know, I don't know.
Yep.
It's a little much for
I feel
me.
it's
I still
probably
have
like
hope.
a defense
I
mechanism
still have
on her
hope.
part.
Yeah.
I think we should have hope, because people can change. If we get to see that, then we'll know. But she's still not there. And it's still like the same old, same old.
Yeah.
Agree. All right. Next up, we have that Hallie has now moved on with another producer.
Thanks to Juliette
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
her issues.
Thanks,
I'm
Juliette.
sorry.
together
I
anymore.
liked her in the beginning, but I didn't like her anymore. I was happy
Really?
to see her.
Done with the story.
Bye. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
that
over
is
the
like a
story.
dead-end storyline in
Yeah.
general. But also I was annoyed because, like, Avery, why are you doing that? Why are you
Right.
giving up something that you're passionate about producing because she's a little bit delusional and thinking you're having an affair with a girl
Yeah,
that saved
yeah.
her in a field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just is
But
crazy.
really,
Yeah,
this-
I agree.
It's honestly, the story just ended, especially with
Yeah, it's done.
again the husband who we don't know his name or whatever his story.
And we
Again,
didn't
I said
care.
these are people that we'll never see, and yet we didn't. And so it's just like, and then the producer,
It makes
like everything
sense.
about that surrounded Hallie's storyline was everything about that surrounded Hallie's storyline was over.
Well,
So,
it was.
Yeah.
It was dead.
Yeah.
Dead
she's a
end.
great
Yeah.
voice, and it's unfortunate that's the way she went about
Well, she's
it,
still
but-
signed.
Bye.
We'll see if we ever see her at some of the
Yeah.
Highway 65 parties.
It's gonna be like that one girl that we never saw again.
Yeah, in the car.
Vita.
Yes, Vita, where are you?
In
Sorry,
the
Vita,
farmer
she's
group
still got
together.
her
Like, I know.
Right?
She actually did a few episodes of Criminal Minds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where she went.
She
Yeah.
went on to other television shows.
That's
All
hilarious.
Okay, moving on. Let's go to Scarlett. So we all liked the group meeting that she held with
I
them.
thought it was great because, you know, I think especially for like young women who are also watching this is exactly the message that other people need. When you hear from another woman saying that you're going through the same issues that you're currently going through, it's more realistic, and I thought it was a great group therapy session that everybody needed.
So we take it back to her concert where she sees this fan crying, you know.
Nadine.
And I think she did such a good job. Was one of my favorite moments for Scarlett was where she got on a level of like, I'm a person too. And like everybody puts these famous celebrities on such a pedestal, and it's like, give them a break, man. They're just like us. We all have things, you know. And for her to kind of get on that level, definitely a good way to empower people and be a role model, even if they might have been disappointed in something or whatever happened. Like, I don't know, I did like that moment a lot. And I liked the moment with the reporter too, where you see the reason behind her kind of going into this journalism, you know, gossipy journalism, you see like that's her way to feel better about herself when she was bullied, to kind of almost give that back, and maybe it shifted her, you know? It always takes sometimes like opening your eyes to someone else or knowing or being able to share that story. I'm sure that helped her, you know? I like that part a lot.
I agree.
Yeah, me too. I think that's even in life always something to think about too. You don't know what's going on in somebody else's life, or you know,
Yeah,
so I
no
think-
need to judge.
Yeah. So I like the way Scarlett she went at it more with the forgiveness kind of mode, and like, okay, well, how can I turn this into doing something positive instead of getting Caddy back or trying to get her fired or try, you know, like I like that she tried to keep the energy good, and I think it turned around and turned into something great.
And I love that Gunnar was there to support and to share his. I mean, everybody has something, right?
They're not perfect, and I loved how they, you know, showed that they're not perfect, because that's what makes them great, because they learn from their flaws, and that's built who they are.
That's how they write their songs that these people love, and it's also how it's inspiring to people like Nadine to go after your dreams and what your talents are and see what can come of it. Nothing should hold you back, not other people, that's for sure. It's hard to do in that age too, which that's why I think it was great she did it, because middle school and all of that, like that's like, who are you? You know, you're figuring it out.
And especially now, like I'm so glad in my day there wasn't Facebook and all this social media, because it was
you
hard
imagine?
No, I really can't. I honestly can't. Having
sound
everything.
so
I
old.
know.
I know.
But
It's ridiculous.
It is.
yeah, it's so
It makes
hard.
it really, it's very sad actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel for the kids that have
Middle
to.
school was a disaster.
Oh.
And to think if there was like social media, every
Yeah.
little thing that happened in
It's like you just had rumors in the hall and you knew when people were
Yeah.
talking about you.
Right.
That was hard enough just to see the whispers, let alone it being blasted
Right.
like on the internet.
And internet is
Out
forever.
of spite, out
Yeah.
of jealousy, whatever
Yeah.
people are feeling, because you don't know how to necessarily be mature about those emotions at that
We're not
age, you
then.
know?
It's too much to take.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
We're having our own therapy session.
Okay, well, another person that
are.
had a hard time was, let's talk about Scarlett and Gunnar's commercial where the table got switched for the crib.
I really
That
Terrible.
horrible.
Well,
A
first
big
of all, I love
contrived,
Rachel
but
Bilson.
horrible.
Like,
Yeah.
I like
Oh
her
my
character.
God.
Because she's helping them
her.
partner with these brands and stuff, but she's just chill.
Yeah.
Like, even when she was sitting down with Deacon
That was
and with the
hilarious.
martinis,
Yeah.
and then she's like, I'll tell you, she's into you. Girls just know.
I know.
Like, I like how she's nice. She's
Yeah.
trying to understand. Like, I want to see more from her.
Yeah, me
I
too.
agree.
Because she's
Me
also
too.
like supportive, but also like this is a job. Like she was trying to be all nice with Scarlett, but like you know, I don't know. I really like her.
I really like her too.
I know, and when are we going to see her with Gunnar? Come on, come on.
I think she just has like the best
Somebody.
attitude that company needs right now, and
Yeah.
people who can listen to, and she has a young, fresh perspective.
She's not threatening. She
No,
doesn't pressure.
exactly.
She says it. She's like, I know I don't get it. Like she's very honest, and I think that's why you can like her.
Right. And she's also sensitive when needed, especially the moment when Scarlett was breaking down. She's like, okay, I'll do whatever I can for
Right.
you. Like, she understands, and that's what you just need someone who can be that.
And she's on. It seems like she's honest so far
Yeah.
from what we've seen.
I don't think we would ever.
yeah,
have to worry about
I'm
her.
not getting that
At all.
vibe from her at
She
all.
ain't does
I
that.
like
Yeah. The only issue I had with that is that just in the limited shoots that I've worked on, if we ever tried to pull that crap on a talent, no way. They would walk off that set so fast, and that would be over, and that'd be
Right.
our fault, and we'd
Right.
be eating the money, you know, whatever. So that's
Well,
my only
yeah,
thing
that
where I was
was-
like,
that was
in her
ridiculous,
situation, she
right.
doesn't need them. She doesn't need to do this. So she would have just said, "I'm done." Until you get,
Right.
it take you 2 hours to get the table. It takes you 2 hours, you know. So
Well, do you think that she knew about that before?
do I think who?
What is
Rachel
her character
Bilson's
name?
character.
What's her
know
character?
if she. I.
Well, she
oh my
must
gosh.
have known. Well, did she say she didn't know because? I don't know.
I feel
I
like
don't
maybe
remember.
she
Say-
didn't know until they got. I
Did
don't
she?
know.
But usually they would tell
I
these
have a
kinds of
feeling-
things to the
I have a-
person putting together the.
They would be there before the talent showed
Correct,
up, and they would be
right.
checking all the props that they have and make sure they have everything. And she would be, the one to say like,
No, that was super
you
messed
know,
up.
Yeah,
Super messed up.
I mean it's good for the story, but
well,
it's
we knew we had to have that.
Right.
We had to have something that was going to bring up the baby when it was just brand new news
Alyssa.
out in
Right.
the
Alyssa.
Alyssa. Okay.
Alyssa.
But you know, it was brand new news that she's showing and all of that, so of course they had to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wrong.
I don't know. I feel sorry for.
But
Gunnar
did she
some
know?
too,
And do I remember something where she knew and she was like, "Well, we thought," or was that the guy, the commercial guy who said we thought it would be fine?
Right.
I think it was the guy.
It
I
was,
believe.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have. She had to play
Yeah.
kind of PC
Right.
like in between.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I
I
feel
feel
like
like
that was the
that
one that tried to
real
pull it.
quick.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing that like really threw us on our heels was that like that whole pitch from the actual commercial guy like seemed genuine.
Yeah.
And then the whole switcheroo
Yeah, but
was
now what's going to
very
happen?
disingenuous.
That commercial's now not going to play.
Right.
Nope.
So bye. Because
Yeah.
if they did, how insensitive
Oh
would
yeah,
that
they
be?
pulled right.
Oh,
So,
can you imagine if they
in the
know?
end it worked? Yeah, no, they can't.
They can't. That would have to be pulled.
Oh my god.
Immediately.
Yeah.
What if it was?
Should have
So
used
he
the
just-
dining room table.
Right. Yep. Lesson learned.
Could have used that forever.
Yep.
Golly.
Hindsight, man.
Okay. How about Deacon Pot Pie is what we have up there.
Deacon's
Oh
a hot
my
commodity.
Lord.
Deacon Claiborne is a hot commodity in Nashville, Tennessee. He's a single now
bachelor.
widower
Yeah.
who loves his kids, who is a musician and running a business and trying to keep Rayna's legacy alive. What woman wouldn't bring a pot pie by?
Right? Can I bring a pot
Exactly.
pie? Can I need to learn how to make a
Me
pot
too.
pie and then take it to
That's
Deacon's
some
house.
effort. That's some effort. I do like it though, and I like what's obviously bubbling.
Yes.
As he could potentially sign new artists. That's another thing. Zach, again, quit bringing people in and not telling your business partner what's going on with Jesse Kane.
Yes, and let's talk about Zach because I know we're going to get more into Deacon in this
Right.
episode since we're kind of done with Zach a little bit. So what about his
With Will.
Jeff,
We
the
didn't even
other
talk about
guy,
that.
Jeff,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, the boyfriend Jeff.
Yeah, the boyfriend
Okay,
Jeff.
that
and
was really
no.
intense, really quick, really short. That was a bit much.
It was bad.
I thought the phone call to the actual Jeff in front of Will
Yeah.
was terrible.
right.
to
That's
watch.
that's
Agreed.
what
You do
I'm
not
talking
do
about.
that.
So
in
weird.
It
front of
also
Will.
seems like he has some
I mean,
sort
like,
of-
like I get the understanding. It's like, hey, I'm gonna do this in front of you to prove my love
Right,
to you.
right.
But if you're going to literally break down and get emotional and still show your feelings for someone else in front of your new boyfriend, you don't do that.
But
That
also,
was
Not on the
so
phone,
weird.
right in front of you.
well, no,
no.
it was ridiculous.
That was
But
weird.
he's also talked about Jeff as being kind of like a loose cannon. So it's like you also don't do that when you could see even we saw a little bit like that guy's not going away. Something's coming back, and it's
Right.
going to be some
Yeah.
sort of very frightening,
crazy thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the
Maybe after Will, there's going to be something
Yeah,
weird.
But the problem is Zach was breaking down on the phone. He clearly still has deep feelings. For
I
this
think
guy.
it's feelings of protection of I don't want him to hurt himself. That's what I got from that. It seems
Yeah.
like this guy is a little
know.
like
I got that too, but then I
clearly
also felt
still cares for him.
Yeah.
well, I also thought you're completely enabling it if you get a whole
Correct.
separate phone and let this guy have constant
Yeah, or you-
touching.
yeah.
Like
Get
you're
rid
not
of that
helping
phone,
his.
and
Yeah.
he doesn't have your
Black
number.
contact,
Yeah.
delete number. Come on.
I don't know, you guys. It was
Yeah.
just too much. I'm over him. I can't handle it. Stop. He's a lot. And as
He
the
is.
older suit gay guy said,
Yeah.
Oh
like
gosh.
he's a two-time billionaire,
billion,
whatever.
yeah.
$2 billion. Like he obviously
With
is going to
7
get what he
companies.
wants.
And, yeah.
So that was his implication for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to see him go too.
I'm
I
over
don't
him.
know.
I'm
over
over
him
Zach.
too.
Yeah.
I'm over him.
He's
All right,
good.
Zach.
Because then he brings in these random people, and then he's expecting Deacon to be like, oh, he doesn't know the history between people. Or
Right?
like, why-
He doesn't care about the business. I mean, it's ego. Just want to see if he can build it up
Yeah.
to be the best,
I
you know.
said
But
it
like
from the
that's not.
start.
Yeah, I know.
He needs to go, and Rachel should kind of take over.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
That would be good.
Agreed.
I
that'd be
agree.
good.
Should we
Yeah.
go ahead and talk about Jesse Kane?
Yep. Let's get on. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on into.
Okay, because they obviously, Deacon was open to it. He met with her at, what was it, a breakfast that turned into, you know,
A lunch,
5
a
p.m.
dinner.
A long meeting.
I don't know, you guys.
They were
I
getting
liked
emotional
it.
during it.
I like it too.
like
Okay,
it.
who
I
all
like
likes her? Are we on? Yeah,
Hand
they
raise.
won.
I
Good
do.
job.
You
Good
know why?
job.
They're
there's-
not pushing you.
Yeah.
They're
At
not
all.
showing that
Yes.
she's trying to come in
At
and
all.
do anything. She is her own person dealing with her own issues, and I think that's why it works.
And her issues aren't so much that we're like, oh, Deacon doesn't
Right.
need this in his life. Like it's kind of perfect with his life. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, you thought I wanted to be with you? Like, are you kidding?
Right.
I love that. I was like, heck yeah, girl, don't.
Except
don't,
you do.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. We all know
Like,
you
regardless, like you gotta, you know.
That's what
play a
made it
little-
better for
Yeah.
Melissa saying, I know she's into you.
Right.
And then her kind of shooting that down every single
Like,
time when he's
yeah.
got these walls up. It's like, actually, she ain't that into you right,
Right.
now. I love it, though.
I think
Yep.
it's smart when you know that there is no chase. You kind of want the chase. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, because
Yep.
that makes for a good drama.
I think it's also helped him be like, okay, I could be interested in someone else because
Mm-hmm.
this person's independent. She's an independent woman. She has her own things. She's sensitive and open and caring to other people.
Yes.
And I can you could see him get a little bit like, what's this dude doing with his hands on her shoulders at the auction? I was like,
yeah.
back off.
right?
Yeah,
You
that's
nasty.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's horrible.
And it's so sad because you see her devastated over a child, now knowing she's been through a lot to even have a child, and she
Right.
has no chance to even be there for this guy that her husband, ex-husband's now messing up.
I agree. I love the way they've layered it because, like you said, it's not too much that it's just like, oh gosh, they're making her like a wounded soul. You know what I mean?
Right,
But then
exactly.
you get that she's was more protecting the kid more than anything than herself even. You know, so it's great writing on this. I'm
And
like,
she's
yeah,
funny,
cute.
she's
Yeah.
sarcastic, she's friggin' gorgeous.
Yep.
If Deacon's gonna
She
be with
is.
anybody after Rayna, I think this is the girl.
Yeah, they're
And
playing
she
it
has a
very
great
Yeah.
voice to boot. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
she's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder how many
fans of Jesse
people
Kane.
they auditioned like for that. It'd
Had
be interesting to see.
So-
Yeah,
Right?
to find her.
If
Yeah.
anybody knows, let us know.
I know.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard. You
Oh,
know, you
yeah.
have to have a full package here.
She was killed off of Empire. Spoiler alert. Like 3 seasons ago.
Okay, good.
But so I'm wondering if they chose her before she went. Like,
Or
you
she
know
was
what
just
I mean?
open to like now she's back auditioning and it could have happened.
Maybe, or she got killed off because she got this.
Well, what does everybody else think about her?
Oh, he's
for
gonna
sure.
look. He's gonna look.
But what does
Yeah.
everybody else think? Because like we're kind of on board.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
on board,
in.
yeah.
I'm
Slowly
all
but
in.
surely. Slowly but surely. Because let me tell you, when it happens in your own life, it ain't
Right.
easy.
I
Okay?
like her because she has a broken past right now, and Deacon's currently broken, and I think it's like just two broken souls kind of just fit right now into each other's lives. And it doesn't have to be romantically. It's just in life when you find that other person who you can understand like hardship and you're going through something at the same time. Yeah, that makes what a great friendship. You know, It could
Correct.
be
A great friendship
things.
that can gradually grow and not need to rush into things as some people do.
Wait, you guys, I just
We
remembered
both experienced
something.
that one, so
ain't
yeah.
fun.
Like, yeah.
I just realized that the guy, I guess that was her ex-husband, behind her
Right.
shoulders or whatever. When he was by Deacon's table, he was like, "Well, I got her," or something like that. Did you?
Well, they were at the same table.
Right, but was he talking about like maybe in the past Deacon tried to get with her?
No, I feel like it was like music wise.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
I feel like. I don't think. I don't know. Then again, they do have some sort of history we
They
don't
do
necessarily
have
know
a history
about.
that we, yeah.
And maybe
Yeah.
at a time when he was broken up and an
Right.
alcoholic or whatever else was happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like
that
him
part.
though, and we know
Oh,
we're not
no.
done with him. He's
No.
got to be coming back.
Of course.
But Jessie
Yeah.
she's a thumbs up in a
Yes.
gradual
I like Jessie.
build.
Yeah.
She's met the girls and they were like, she's nice. Like it's all gotta just be like
Yeah, and I liked the whole scene with Scarlett as well because at first it was just handled again so great because it is weird that she showed up and
It
brought
was.
it, but then the way they talked and she needed it was great. So then I liked the whole interaction that she had with Deacon because I
Love
understood
it,
for him
yeah.
sense too why he would be mad too.
Yeah,
like
right.
that's kind of like
it feels like you're encroaching into
Yeah,
some
right.
but because she was relatable to. I don't think that she would have done that had she just found out. Like, she
Right.
had
I
a story
agree.
to be able to share with her in a way that really made Scarlett feel like, okay, I'm not alone
I
here.
could get
And
through
I get
this.
why if she was really out to, then she would have knocked on the door, and then that's
"Hey,
making it about her.
Scarlett."
But that
Yeah,
wasn't what she was trying to
exactly.
do. She was just trying to quietly leave that and just let her know she wasn't alone in the world, that women, which I appreciate, because she knew that she doesn't have Rayna, she doesn't have anybody to talk about it right now.
Which, there's
So,
a woman writer, because
yes,
they realize
they get-
no need to knock and be,
Yep.
Yeah.
and there definitely has to be a lot of women writers on this show.
Love
Because they
it.
know exactly what
So
we're all
good.
thinking.
I agree, and even from the speech that Scarlett gave too, up like
that
for
was
women
beautiful.
about
Yeah.
hoping the life for her baby future. Yeah, I think definitely touching into a lot of the women's rights issues we're going through right now in this country. So I like the
It
fact
needs
that
to
they're
be said,
talking
yeah.
about it as well, and
Preach.
all the Planned Parenthood issues and
Right.
it's
I thought
great.
it was a really strong episode, like with a strong
Yeah.
message, and they don't always do that with Nashville, but
Which
I
is
thought
good.
this was
You
a
don't want it to
yeah,
be
you don't-
over the
yeah,
top, but,
political
like,
or anything like that. But this one was really good.
But it's perfect because that's the main demographic that's watching the show who needs to hear it. You know, if it's not from your own people, like, why not learn it from a show?
And I can't imagine how many people they actually reached, in the sense of like people watching that have gone through the same thing. So
Oh, for sure. There's at least
There's
something that
so
we've all
many, yeah.
been through or can relate to, which is what makes the show
so
good.
So good.
So good.
Good. All right, let's move along because we only have a little bit of time left. We got a couple more topics. All right, let's talk about Juliette getting confronted. Finally, the secret
oh my
is out.
God, we all
The
knew
song
this
was so good, though.
So good.
Water's Rising, so good.
But Maddie sounded so good on
I
it.
know. I was like, that's her song. What's his name? Knew. What was it? Tyler?
Travis.
Travis knew.
Travis knew.
Unfortunately, he
Yep.
got duped too.
Yeah.
But who called it? One of you girls called it that's exactly how it was going to happen at an industry event.
Yeah, that
that
she,
he
like,
was going to be
found
like,
out.
oh,
Yep.
sorry you didn't like my song.
Exactly. Of course it was going to come out. And here she is trying to control every little thing and manipulate it. It's like, honey, what's meant to
Yeah.
come out is going to come out. And you know it was wrong, so you know you're going to be called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's also bad was that it was Juliette who put words into Maddie's mouth saying to
Right.
turn down the song.
Yeah.
And then that's what Travis heard was... you know,
Correct.
That does
that
take
was
it to a whole
twisted.
nother
It
level,
does.
too.
twisted.
Yeah.
But did you notice also when they brought up, even when she was standing in the circle at the beginning of this party and someone was like talking to Will about his commercial, her face, like if the attention is not on
Right,
her,
I noticed
she
that.
very much like, I mean, so that's
is
her
my event.
Right, that's
Yeah.
the problem though, you guys. Like that's what she's holding on so tight. It's like that
She's so
people aren't going to
insecure.
want to support
She's-
you.
In every aspect, she's so
She
insecure.
really is to be so,
But she's had such a crappy
Upbringing.
upbringing, exactly. So I don't blame her 100% for the way she is, but
But we can only
she
have her
really-
rising from the ashes and up the ladder so many times.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's true. There's a time that she's got to
Let
be
this
like,
guy have his
I'm an
moment.
adult. Yeah.
How is he your competition? He is a
Right?
gay man who did a Budweiser commercial. Let someone compliment him.
Right.
And Maddie's not her competition either.
No.
She's younger.
Not yet.
and
Right.
Yeah.
got a different,
If anything,
know.
Rayna was her competition, and
I know everybody's their competition. That's her problem.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, about time she got a drink in her face, and I'm sure she was like, my makeup.
Right? She could
What do I
have
look like now?
easily, in the beginning, when the guy gave the song, been like, you know what? I think this is my song. I
Yes.
don't want
Yeah.
to give it to her. I think this is my song. I think I'm going to be great at this. This is going to be
Right.
a hit.
Let
I'll
me give
promise
you-
you, this is
Right.
going to be a hit.
And let
And
me
it
give give it a try and let me show you.
Exactly.
Right, that's
and
the way to
none
do
of
it.
this would have happened.
Correct.
Agree.
Yep.
But that was the mature way to go about it.
That is not the Juliette way.
Hashtag Juliette way.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, like, I do have to give it to Juliette. What she did was wrong, but how she kind of went about to try to apologize, I admit she did try to apologize.
'Cause she had
Unfortunately,
to.
it was to the wrong person, but we knew
Right?
Maddie was in
Yeah.
the right...
That was awkward.
That
was
so
in
weird.
the area. I was like, you're saying all the right things, but to the wrong person.
Daphne was there like,
Just like, okay.
Yeah, it would have
She's
been
so cute.
It would have been way more sincere and meaningful had she actually said it to Maddie's face.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Maddie was unavailable right at the moment.
She was right there in the room, which I called. But it would have been like, again, it would have been another stepping stone in maturity stepping stone for Juliette had she actually said
She
it
takes
straight
a
to
step
Maddie.
up, a couple
I'm
steps down.
sorry.
She's still
Yeah.
on that
She
staircase.
had to apologize.
I-
That's
she
the
did.
way to save herself.
I
That's
was just
my
mad
point.
it was to
Yeah.
the wrong person.
As Glenn said, we got to get ahead of this. That's how she gets ahead of it.
Oh, she's right. She's
I'm
right.
sorry.
Sorry, Jules.
She, what you gonna do? Bless.
All right, let's talk about some sadness on the episode. Let's talk about Scarlett and her experiences tonight.
Well, we got to talk about the fight in the first place.
Well, the robbery, the mud.
Little shit.
Where were they?
Little shit.
Yeah.
Wait, so
This
they were
punk.
coming from the kind of
Grocery store convenience
Yeah.
store.
No, but where did they come from? That place for the bullying thing? Was that where they had come from? And
it
she
was
said we
from
need
their
to get
meeting.
some milk, right?
Yeah.
After a really high of feeling like you could help people and that sort of thing, and then
Ironically, they couldn't help themselves.
Yeah.
I knew something was going to happen though, because I was like, Deacon, quit pressing on this. Get in the car and go on and talk about it. When you don't need to be doing this in the parking lot. For a second, I was
Not
like,
Deacon,
paparazzi.
Gunner. Gunner.
Gunner. I was like, for a while, I was like, someone's going to catch us paparazzi wise or
Right.
whatever it is. But instead, it took a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
And I think we all were talking about this while watching the show. She did get pushed into
She
that.
got shoved
Yeah.
right into the truck.
Which immediately made me think of what was going to
Oh yeah,
happen.
Right.
I think we
Yeah.
all at that point were
Had
just like,
some
okay,
sort of,
that's what's gonna happen. But
Especially when she kind
they
of got
didn't
on
even
board.
acknowledge that
No,
that
and that-
happened,
And that's why we were surprised because the doctor was saying it wasn't because of anything, but
and they didn't even mention. I got like she said I got shoved or she got pushed.
No,
and
they
I
haven't
fell.
actually spoken to anybody about what happened, though,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
She told a couple of the doctors, but, they haven't told the police. They haven't done anything to protect themselves
Right.
from a guy that had a gun
Yeah.
Right.
who was a young child.
and clearly knows who they are, so I'm sure could find them again.
That's what I
or
mean. So
yeah.
something's really off there. It's
Yeah.
like you've got to take those precautions because... Well, you're going to go and just find him on
Yeah.
the street? What if he had a gun again? It's just not... They're not being
Well, he
so
did go and
intelligent.
find him on the street.
I know.
Yeah. And that's where we were confused. We were having the debate, so we want to hear what you guys think because we were saying if they would have pressed charges, would the kid have gotten charged with manslaughter for losing, for the baby?
I
I think
think so.
I think I've asked this question to a police officer before, and I believe it's not murder. It's like a lesser charge, but it's still something like manslaughter or
Right.
manslaughter 1 or 2, something like that.
No, it's
But
something
if you
if
guys
she
know-
chose to take it that way, but they really didn't act like she got. Did you fall on your stomach? They asked her that,
And she said
got
no,
no,
but-
because she didn't fall on her stomach, but she
got
got shoved
shoved
into a
in the
car.
And I
Yeah.
thought she was about to say no, but I was shoved into the car. And
Yeah,
she
I
didn't
don't
even
understand why they're
mention
not
that.
volunteering the
I don't
correct
know.
information.
I don't either.
I don't know how the writing or how long they pause between episodes or the scenes or whatever, but I'm wondering if they were gonna take it that route and then decided to make it a whole
Right.
message kind of thing where you can't control it and it wasn't their fault.
Right.
Maybe they kind of changed their mind of
That's
where the
possible.
story was
Yeah.
gonna go because it was such like a camera's on her, she hit it and she was like,
Yeah.
oh, and
Immediately,
like-
I was like, "That's
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's something
There
that
it is.
it was one of those little hints that they sprinkled in there, and then maybe I'm assuming that because there's
be.
really no other explanation for them to not even mention
Yeah.
that. That was really odd.
It's super sad.
Yeah.
Super sad.
Oh, such a hard episode to
It
watch.
really
Yeah, it
is.
was.
But again, you see the support, like Deacon, again,
Oh,
stepping up there. He's the one that finds her when this is happening. He's the one that first heard it was a girl. Like, there's so many things that he's like, she's keeping that family very close. They all are. They're all working to tell Maddie and Daphne, like,
Right.
they are each other's support.
They really are.
You
She
know?
said my family doesn't know, and I was like, her family? Oh yeah, they are. Her
I know, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that. Who's her family?
Yeah.
It's Deacon and the girls at this point.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's super
goodness.
sad. We will not
Yeah.
get to meet the beautiful name Amelia Rose, which you
Aw,
saw in that
beautiful,
box.
yeah.
But certainly something that I don't know. I hope she gets okay from this. You know, I don't know how you come back from that.
Right.
At least it led to the conversation with her and Gunnar as well on the porch, and then I like that. I like that she showed up after trying to call and realizing that he's been through this too, and that he
Right.
needs somebody. He had a gun put to his,
He also was there for her through every
Right,
little
right.
thing, wanting to raise this baby
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah.
He's having nightmares.
He's just as
Yeah.
broken as
It's a
she
loss
is,
for
right?
him as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And he's blaming himself. He can't control that the guy pulled the gun. He just didn't want to get the beer because he was in a conversation naturally.
Right.
It's like they're all blaming, it's really sad. But I do think it needed to happen, the conversation.
Yeah.
They do
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
the break.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
it's-
going
it was-
anywhere.
It was a weird situation. It was kind of forced situation.
But in so
So-
many ways with their relationship.
Right.
Like,
Right.
when was it going to be happy? And it
Both
wasn't.
of them happy at the same time because I
Yeah.
feel like they keep going back and forth, taking the lead on it.
And
But-
I also feel like there's no passion there anymore either. So
Right.
it's like, we got to,
Yeah, I'm on the fence though that I want them to find the passion again. I was off of it for a while.
I'm not.
You're not. I do. I want them to take the break now.
Right.
But like, I wouldn't be mad if end of the season or
Whenever.
or next season. Yeah, I mean maybe not even this season because I do want him to date.
It's time for him.
What did we say? Ashley.
Alyssa.
Sorry, gosh, Alyssa. a little
Alyssa
bit.
Green.
Alyssa doesn't match her.
It doesn't.
It
I just
really
wanna,
doesn't.
She's just a Rachel.
She's
you know?
a Rachel.
I just want to call her Rachel.
Or a Summer.
Summer.
Yeah,
Totally Summer.
Or a Zoe from Heart of Dixie.
Zoe. Yeah, those are better.
Yeah, they match her more. So anyway. But
I agree, though. I think I'm super excited to see Gunnar. Like, obviously, we see a little tease for next week, but I'm excited to see him with some other people. I need to see him be a
then how
young
would-
dude.
How would that work with the working relationship of the exes
They're the
with
exes.
Rachel?
Oh, that's true.
That's going to cause a lot of tension because we know how Scarlett gets when he gets with the girl.
That's a good point. And he's dipped in the work pool a little too
Yeah.
much, you know, like in
She
front
has
of them.
two. She has two.
I know they both
Well,
did. They
well.
need to date somebody.
She did more than dip.
Yeah. She took a full plunge.
Yeah.
Someone took the plunge. Someone took the plunge, indeed. But still, I do want to. And you know, honestly, maybe she wouldn't care because I think she's over him. Like, I
super
actually
over
think
it.
that this is like.
I'd be happy if she was like, you know what, go for it, I'm done. Like, she has no
It is.
feelings
It needs to be
anymore,
done.
but
I'm sorry.
I don't
Until
know.
it needs to come back, but right now it needs to be done, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and also, and this don't want to sound terrible, but like losing this child also means like there's really no connection to her British dude anymore.
That's
Right.
That's the only
That's-
positive that
that's
I felt. like.
that's another way just
Well,
to
we
write
know-
this
yeah.
guy
Done,
out
yeah,
of the story
true.
officially, and now it would just
Not
be
yet.
Can I just
Scarlett
take
and
She's
some
gonna
Gunnar.
have to
credit?
tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, but after that, there's really nothing else to
And
that
I don't
character.
know if we'll have to see her telling him. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, I
have a
don't- I
feeling
doubt
that's
It
so.
could be a
he's
phone
got-
call,
yeah, I
and I'm
think-
done.
Yeah.
Boy, bye.
Don't,
Boy,
yeah, I don't
bye.
think that's gonna
It could be
happen.
Yeah.
But can I take some credit that I finally
yes.
called something correct on
You
this
can.
show after how many seasons? Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
And it's about that time that I could try to see if you want to do some more predictions
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
do
See
it.
what else you got in there.
Let's do it.
That was good.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I kind of got one. I was like, crap, what am I going to say? But I think to redeem herself, Juliette might get Maddie a really, really good song or write something with her. I don't know. I feel like she's going to do something to really make it up to Maddie, or I hope so.
Well, she's gonna need
needs
to,
to.
but what the heck is We're on a level. Don't mess with us, okay? You see what you're gonna
It's
get back.
because we are country.
AF.
I love it.
What you got?
I said one, didn't I, through the show, and I forget what I said, but it was a prediction.
You did, but I can't
And I
remember
honestly, that's all I've got right now, you guys.
What do you got, Marissa?
Well, I think I predicted a long time ago that Juliette and Maddie would actually do a duet together. They did, but it was kind of like forced together.
No,
but
it was
actually,
awkward. She walked away and
yeah.
would not make eye contact.
but if
I was
they
like,
actually like had an actual duet where they worked together, produced and sang and promoted, I think it'd be
Be
fantastic.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be good for both of them. Like
Right.
they both need good publicity right now.
well,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Along these lines, something's going to come out as to what actually happened, and they're both on the same label. So I wonder how that's going to
Yeah.
trickle down to Juliette. Like, you're taking songs from your own label mates.
True.
Like, something's got to give.
Yeah,
she has to be
right.
somewhat reprimanded
Reprimanded.
from this.
Yeah.
But she's Juliette, and it's Highway 65, and it's a Deacon. They're real.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean the media's not going to get a hold of what actually happened.
Okay.
And then
That
how
makes
bad
more
is she going to
sense.
look yet again?
That makes more
Yeah.
sense.
I think some backlash is going to be coming her way.
Has to.
yeah.
You can't do this forever.
Which would make sense if the same two people on the same label would sing a song together. It'd be great for both
Yeah.
of
But
them.
poor Maddie shouldn't always have to be the one with the, the kind heart.
Yeah, the bigger person.
Well, yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
trying to go for, but
The higher
it
ground.
came down to kind heart. Okay, what do you got, JJ?
I don't have much either, so I'm just gonna stay with Scarlett and Gunnar and say that I think that will be something that'll be like they will get married, but it won't be. It'll
Not
be
this
next
season.
season.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll get
Aw, I
engaged,
wanna
and
see
we will have a
it.
wedding next season. I think.
We do need one.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
So
Unless
like
that wedding is
engagement at
Deacon
the
and
end of the
Jesse.
year.
Oh, dun dun dun. Hey.
Would it be an engagement at the end of the season? And then
No, I don't
I
think,
think
I think
next
it'll be
year,
too
yeah.
soon.
No, there's no way. This has to
We
build
only
out.
we only have
Maybe-
3 left.
I'm not all caught up, but that would be. You know, those two are my favorite.
We know.
I was telling Marissa earlier. I think it's just Scarlett she needs to grow out of her baby phase, and I think that will be the right time when she gets back with Gunnar.
There you go.
Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, when he doesn't have to put forth all the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, she's so.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just too sensitive, right? We need her to
Right,
like bulk
she
up a
really
little.
is.
for a
Yes,
little.
we do.
That's not
But
a
we
waste.
also need him to live his life for a little bit because he needs to.
Right.
But also,
As does she.
they're taking time away from each other, and absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yep.
So
Maybe, but right now, I just need a break. I do. I
Oh,
really want
we
him
all
to
do.
just
Yeah.
have fun and be like, gosh, I can love again. I
Yeah.
can really feel this again.
Right. Yeah, he's been
Honestly.
through it. He's been through it.
I agree.
As
All right,
does she.
guys. Woo! Well, that was fun. Lots of
was a lot.
episodes. Woohoo!
Cheers.
Cheers! Cheers! All right, I got
Fantastic.
a few more out there.
Episodes.
Thank you guys all. So yeah, stay with us for the rest of the season. We're gonna have some fun chats. We want to hear all what you're thinking. We thank you for the tweets and the messages.
Honestly.
So keep them coming, and we'll have a fun rest of the season. All right, where can they follow you guys at?
You can follow me everywhere at Violet Kanian.
I'm everywhere at Southern_wit.
I'm on Twitter at Serafini TV.
And I'm at JJ Jurgens. All right.
Tip it on back, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz y'all later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.